What's good, everybody? Thought I'd do a late night chat for a little bit. Oh, Jesus. How do you like that Life is Too Short album? That's one of my favorites, to be real with you. Oh, that's what's up. I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, congratulations to the brat. How did y'all like the review we did earlier? Yeah,
Yo,
yeah, that party was whack.
it was whack.
Yeah,
Ah, well, you win some, you lose some.
it was pretty much an orgy party, but
Did,
the girls were ugly.
oh God, did
Yeah,
you at least get a drink?
I wasn't gonna drink shit from there. I don't trust that
I'm
shit.
I'm
Hell
sorry.
no.
You was coming in the party with your blue boots on. You got to get a drink at least, man, before you leave. You know, I got to get something to plate of food or something.
Trust me, if you would have seen that, it didn't look safe to drink. I'm just gonna be real
So
with
the
you.
so the drinks was suspect. The food wasn't good.
I mean, the food was good.
The food was good.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Ali, you got something out of it at least, because I would have been highly pissed off if I got all looking fly for a party and the chicks is ugly as hell and the
Right.
drinks looking suspect, the food looked bad. That would have been an awful night.
For real, man.
So at least you got something out of it. I'm glad.
Oh yeah, yeah. It was like I would have stayed if the girls were cute, but the girls were ugly as
That's
hell.
like if you go into like a somebody cookout and they can't cook. at least get a drink out of that barbecue. You know what I'm saying? Or get a number because you got to come back with something, man. That'd be like a waste of time getting all looking all fly and everything, and
Trust me, them, like I said, them girls were not all that. I'm not gonna be real. I was chilling with one of them, but she was kind of off a little bit too.
She's
So.
off.
Mhm.
Man, fuck her, yo. Favorite, yo. I was just watching that Too Short Tiny Desk performance on NPR.
I gotta see that.
Yeah, that shit is dope. I'm not a huge Too Short fan, but I like it when he can perform with a live band. He's at his best.
Yeah, Too Short was actually the first rapper to have a live band on his album and shit too. With
Yeah.
Cocktails.
Yes. I don't got a favorite. I like the song he did with Eric Sermon, the Fat Gold Chains.
Yes.
Classic.
Um,
Classic joint.
my favorites are In the Trunk, Life is Too Short, Paula and Janet, I'm a Player, Blowjob Betty.
And I like a week ago with Jay-Z.
Ooh.
That is my joint.
From Volume 2, right?
Yes, that
Yeah.
is banging. I like all this shit that Too Short do with the East Coast artists. Like I think it's like some of his best shit. The shit he
Right.
did with Def Squad and Jay and them, you know, Lost Boys and all that.
Mine are cuss words. Yeah, cuss words my shit. Anything he did from 86 to
Mm,
1999
hmm
is flawless.
So you want to be a gangster? That was on the Juice soundtrack. I like that one.
Yes, sir.
That is dope. I like that one. Okay, so I got a couple of joints that I like from Too Short.
Now let me ask you this: Too Short or E40?
Too Short.
Right.
I still got Too Short. I'm sorry, I can't get into E40. It's not for me.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, E40 to me is an acquired taste, but I do like the In a Major Way album and
Hmm.
the Hall of Fame album from 96, 97.
Right.
Like those
I
are my
remember
top
those.
two favorites. But like when it comes to the West Coast, man, they'll put him like top 20 at least.
Right. Of course. Shit, Mark on Mark Nash show, they put him in, the GOAT of all time. Like what?
Like I said, he's good, but I got two. Hell, I got Spice One over both Short and E40.
Right.
Just gonna be real with y'all.
I got a guy by the name of Tupac over all of them. So
Oh
you know,
Lord,
you
Tupac mentioned. Oh Lord.
know what I'm saying? I got Tupac over all of them.
Yeah, Pac over everybody in the
You
West.
know,
I'm not even gonna hold.
Facts.
Okay. Too Short got love on the East Coast. Yeah.
Yes, he did. Yeah, he was on that joint too. World is Phil. I forgot about that.
Classic.
That's one of my favorites on there. And Puff actually wrote his rhyme. That's amazing.
Yes.
Could have been a great artist if he did that.
First comes the cash, then comes the ass.
Yep.
When the Remy's in the system, ain't no telling what I fucking what I diss 'em. I'm a pimp by blood, not
Not
relation.
relation.
I
Yeah,
might
all of them, man.
get
All
my
of them.
drink real quick.
Too Short is a GOAT. He did songs with all of them. You know?
World is fair.
Yep. Yes.
my night with the green tea.
Green tea.
Yeah, I can't wait for that Batman movie to drop next week.
Yeah. I mean, I want to see mainly how Robert Pattinson played Bruce Wayne and Batman because I still see that nigga as a Twilight. So I think it's gonna be hard for him to shake that image. Hopefully he does good because if he don't, I think they might have second thoughts about doing a sequel with him.
Shit, we'll see how that goes.
You know, and I'm already tired of all the reincarnations of Batman. We've been through this shit since Adam West. You know what I'm saying? Like Adam West was the GOAT and Michael Keaton. Everybody else after that is like hit or miss for me. Like Val Kilmer, I don't like him as Batman. I didn't like George Clooney as Batman. Christian Bale was good, but I didn't like his voice as Batman.
Oh,
Um, I do like Ben Affleck, and I was against Ben Affleck even playing that role. I thought he was too old, but he played a good seasoned Batman. He didn't stay long. He didn't want to do too many of the films again, but hopefully, Robert does a good job. I know he had issues already with the director, like him and director were beefing. He ended up getting COVID when he was filming Batman. Supposedly there was the rumors saying that he didn't want to play, he didn't want to do the character anymore after one film. So I hope that's not true because then it's like Warner Brothers, what are y'all doing? Like y'all really gonna reboot Batman again? You know what I'm saying? Like when it wasn't needed. So I hope it's good. I think from what I've seen in the trailers, it looks good. You got Colin Farrell playing Penguin. I still don't think he's gonna be a better Penguin than Danny DeVito.
nobody.
Um, Zoe Kravitz playing Catwoman. I think that was the perfect casting because I could see her pulling off that role. Um, I forgot the guy that's playing the Riddler, but I hopefully it's good. I just I think if it goes bad, it's gonna be because of I think it's gonna be like one of the main reasons is gonna be because of Pattinson as Batman. But I think it'll be a good movie, and we'll see what they do from here.
Right.
Shout out to Mike Movies and Rants because he just subscribed to my channel. I thought he had been subscribed. I see everybody that's subscribing to my channel, so I don't want nobody saying that they subscribe and I don't see them on here. You know what I'm saying? But we definitely gonna do Donnie Brasco in March. That's definitely coming up.
Yes, sir.
Let's not forget about that. You know what I'm saying? I just been busy with different platforms and I gotta get back to my own shit too. So Donnie Brasco is in March, Sam. We definitely gonna do that. Well, we doing Back to the Future trilogy on your channel, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I got some other shit planned, but I'm gonna save that for like later on this year. But yeah, Donnie Brasco is March, and I'm gonna do some other shit as well though. Everything is all written out, so I didn't. It's all planned for the next next 10 months of 2022. I got shit planned for my channel that I'm gonna do.
All righty.
So yeah, I didn't forget. Bronx Tale, yeah, Bronx Tale coming up. That's on the list. There's some shit that me and Reg already talked about, but we're not gonna announce it yet though.
Right.
So like anytime we talk about shit, I just write it down and I just put it away until it's ready to until we're ready to do it.
Exactly.
But there's got a whole bunch of stuff that we already like talked about already. So all that stuff is coming.
Yes, Helter Skelter is coming. Just to let you know.
Yes. I need to get that. That's the one. No, that's that and Into the Stage. I don't have those two yet. But I got The Shining and OGC. That's I wanted those, but I need to get Into the Stage and Helter Skelter. Definitely. Yeah, Bronx Tale, all those films you're gonna talk about. All that shit is planned already.
So that new Medea movies on Netflix now and shit.
Yeah, I didn't see. I heard about it. You watching it?
I might watch it tonight
You might watch it.
just because I need a laugh after that stupid ass party.
Yeah, yeah. Dirt was good. That was a good album.
I still have not heard Dirt yet.
It was more it was more of a harder album for them, and it didn't have no beat minders on there. So it's like it's hard to boom bap, but it wasn't no beat minders on there.
Oh shit, not no beat miners.
Yep, no beat minders on that. Nope.
Yeah, I love the review we did earlier.
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
I ain't know BJ was a fan of that album like that.
I mean, I knew. I mean, that's all he talks about is soul music. So if it's not 80s rap, it's soul music, and that's mainly his thing.
Fact, shout out to B.
If we did a Madonna discography breakdown, he probably wouldn't show up for that.
You
Because
said he would or he wouldn't.
he wouldn't, because he's still like surprised that we like Madonna like that. And I'm like, yo, I grew up with Madonna, man. Like she was everything before everybody else came out after her. You know, like 80s and 90s Madonna is my favorite. Like I could never get tired of playing Like a Virgin and True Blue and Bedtime Stories and all those albums.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was the best. She was in her prime at that time. Not like now. Now she's just dropping anything, but she was in her prime for those 2 decades. You know, I'm like, we definitely got to do that, because I don't think he really understand. I'm like, yo, black people was fucking with Madonna, bro. You know what I mean?
Didn't Nelly recently diss Madonna?
He dissed Madonna.
Yeah, because she was showing her ass on social media, and he said something about expired milk or some shit.
Oh wow, I didn't hear about that.
Damn.
But yeah, I mean, she been doing that a lot lately. I'm like, why is she doing that? Like, you're like basically a grandmother now. Why are you doing that? You know what I mean? Dirty is better than Magnum Force. Yeah, I mean, from what I remember, Magnum Force, I don't have that. I don't have none of the albums actually.
Yeah, I didn't care for Maggie Force.
You know what I mean? Erotica, yes, Erotica, Vogue,
Her
all
best
that
album.
shit. All
Right.
that shit is great, man. The one album I don't like from her during that time was the Dick Tracy soundtrack, because it was all 50s music, and the one fast song was Vogue on there, and I think it was misleading the public, because they, like, it's Madonna, you thinking it's just gonna be dance songs, and that's like the one time that she chose to do like all ballads,
Right.
and I did not like. I threw that album away. That's how bad I didn't like it. Like I bought it, and then I did not like all the slow songs, and I threw that shit away.
Yeah, I never heard of Dick Tracy's soundtrack in full, so
Yeah. I mean, it's basically all the songs she performed in the movie that was on the album.
well, I never seen the movie, so
You know, saw the movie? Oh yeah, that's a classic, yo. That's an early comic book classic.
you said comic book?
Yeah, because it's from the comics.
Got you. You know what's an artist
Mm.
we never talked about, but I really want to?
Uh
Lenny Kravitz.
oh yes, definitely got to talk about Lenny Kravitz, bro.
Yeah, but do you have any of his albums though?
I had the 5 album, but that got scratched up.
Shit.
I gotta get that. I gotta get that one again. But I never bought the other ones. Like I know, like Amazon have some of them, but it's not like, it's like the standard edition, not like the deluxe edition ones.
Yeah, it don't matter with me.
Oh, I'm lying. I got his last release. Uh, what's that shit called? Vibration or some shit.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Hold up. I do got his last album. My bad. I be forgetting.
You good?
This one. Raise Vibration.
That came out like 2 years ago, right?
That came out 2018. Yeah.
Got you.
This one was good. It's pretty good though. It's pretty good.
Okay.
He's like on an island and shit, and yeah, this one is dope. This is dope.
Yeah, man. My favorite albums are the Mama Said album. Are you
That
gonna
was a good one.
Are You Gonna Go My Way?
Mhm.
The joint from '95 with Rock and Roll Is Dead.
Oh, that was Circus. I think that was
Yeah,
Circus
Circus.
album.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that
remember
was
hearing that one.
before the Five album. I know that.
Yeah. That one I checked out. I like the Lovers of Revolution album.
Where did it?
That was like I want to say 2008 that came out. That came out after 5. I want to say that was '08.
Got you.
That was a good album. Yeah, I like he got some classics. Why does BJ troll? Nah, BJ don't troll us.
He just be joking and
He
shit.
just he be joking, but he is like some artists we listen to. He don't believe that we really like them like that, like Madonna. So
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like even I don't know. Like would he believe that we listen? Well, I listen to Lenny. We listen to Lenny Kravitz. You know what I'm saying? Would he believe that we listen to Lenny Kravitz?
To be honest, I feel like he likes Lenny Kravitz.
'Cause I don't feel like Lenny Kravitz gets enough like recognition from our people. You know what I'm
You
saying?
think so?
I do. But I feel like he gets like when they look at him, it's like, oh, he's a dope guitarist. I'm like, but are y'all really listening to his songs? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because a
Because
lot of people call him a Jimi Hendrix ripoff and shit.
right, and it's like, and he's black doing rock and roll. I'm like, whoa, do a lot? I don't know anybody. I mean, other than you and me, I don't know too many of people of color that listen to Lenny Kravitz like that. They know of him, but for them to actually like buy a Lenny Kravitz album, they're not doing that.
Shots. I think Mike's movie's gonna come on and shit. God just
Okay,
want to be live.
Sky or Rock Steady.
Ska.
What is Rock Steady? What would be considered rock steady? What is that?
To be honest, I think that's some island kind of music, but I'm not really too familiar with Rocksteady to be real with you.
Ska? Well, no doubt was both of them. So I mean, if you talk about no doubt, I love no doubt.
What's good, Mike?
It's good. You know what I'm saying?
We need a no doubt discography breakdown would be lit.
That would be fun. Definitely. That
And
would be fun.
throwing Gwen Stefani's solo albums too, if you want to.
Yes. That would be dope. I'm all for that.
Yeah. I can't wait till we talk about Bowie on some real shit.
Definitely.
Yeah, I
We
already.
doing all his albums, right?
Oh no, 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 no.
No?
We're just gonna do the Berlin trilogy, plus the Iggy Pop first solo album because Bowie did produce that one too.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's dope.
yeah, because I talked about his shit from '71 up until '76.
Right.
I'm gonna see my homeboy Matthew wants to join because he's a huge Bowie fan too.
Okay.
Yeah, fuck that. I'm gonna see what this motherfucker's up to. Shout out to my homeboy Matthew.
No. Well, so then what is rock steady? What is a rock steady artist then? What is a rock steady? This is why I don't get into all these labels with these artists, yo. You know.
Oh, don't tell me he deleted his Facebook. Shit, he deleted his Facebook.
Does he have an Instagram?
Hopefully, yeah. Because he was going through some stuff a while back, so. Oh, I didn't even say hey to Ray Sean. What's up, Ray Sean?
What up?
Yeah, it's so relaxing coming home, just doing this shit.
Right.
You saw the Proud Family reboot yet?
Nah, I heard about it. I never watched that show before.
Oh yeah,
Never
you did.
watched.
Yeah, you
I
did.
never watched it. Is it good?
Yeah, it's funny.
I'll check it out then. It should be on streaming.
Yeah, I was on Disney Plus.
Reg got me into Rick and Morty now, so hopefully Proud Family is good.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get you onto some cartoons and shit.
Some good cartoons, some good ones.
Yeah. We didn't forget about Gargoyles.
Gargoyles,
Gargoyles.
yes, yeah, Gargoyles. I used to watch. I got to go back and watch that for the discussion. I used to watch. I used to watch that.
One cartoon I really want to talk about, maybe
Uh,
sometime in the future, is Rocco's Modern Life.
I used to watch that too.
Really?
Yeah, once in the blue, I would watch it. And it wasn't bad.
I never saw you as a Nickelodeon fan. That's
No,
why.
actually, I used to watch early Nickelodeon in the '80s when they started Nick at Night, and when they was showing like all the black and white comedies, like Car 54 and F Troop and all that.
I love Car 54.
I was a huge Nick at Night fan, and then like in the daytime in the afternoons they would show like Count Duckula
I
and
remember that.
you can't do that on television and Skate TV. I was into the '80s Nickelodeon, not the shit from the '90s though. The '90s was like I was more into like video games and shit.
So you were into the Canadian Nickelodeon pretty much.
Canadian?
Because they would always show the Canadian shows during the 80s and stuff.
Oh, that's where they were from.
Yeah, because you can't
Like
do that on television. It was originally from Canada.
oh, okay, yeah, like like Double Dare. They had Double Dare on there and all that. Yeah,
That
I
was
was into that shit. I was into the '80s Nickelodeon, and then like by the time the '90s came in, it was like more of Amazing Spider-Man, X-Men, Batman animated series. That's really like the only tunes I was watching in the '90s.
I hated Spider-Man 94.
You didn't like Spider? Oh, that's a classic.
It was too ambitious. Too. Like I said, I said
That's
before.
they
The
they they make like Morbius. That Morbius film is based on how he was in that Spider-Man series.
You said what?
The Morbius film with Jared Leto. He played Morbius. Morbius is from the Spider-Man series.
Oh wow.
That Morbius film coming out with Jared Leto, that's basically Morbius from Amazing Spider-Man. You know,
It's like the thing with that Spider-Man, it's like it was trying so hard to be a mixture with Batman the animated series and the X-Men show.
right? I loved it though. I think it was like we haven't had like a great Spider-Man series since then. I know they tried with like other ones, but
Spectacular
you like
Spider-Man.
the Spectacular
I kind
Spider-Man?
of prefer Spectacular Spider-Man over Spider-Man
I
90.
didn't like the way he was drawn though, like the way he was his design of him.
What? Oh, come on, man. But to me, the most underrated superhero show
Mhm,
I don't hear no one talk about
mhm.
Batman Beyond.
Oh yeah, Batman Beyond was good. That
Which
was
yeah,
that was a good one.
we gotta get back. We might
Yeah,
have to do another Batman lead
a
up because
Batman.
another movie.
Yeah.
I might talk about the Batman movie.
Uh-huh.
Actually, fuck it. I most likely I would talk about the Batman movie, but
The Batman.
it's going to probably later on March and shit like that.
Right. Yeah, like I wasn't I didn't watch like I knew of Keenan and Kel, but I didn't watch their show. And what's crazy is I'm supposed to be doing an interview with Kel.
What?
Uh yeah, because he has a book out. He has a book out
Man,
and well the date is not set up yet, but he has a book out. There's a giveaway. I think the giveaway ended for the book.
dude.
But like with the platform the other podcast that I'm doing stuff with, like they basically set up all the interviews. So like there's supposed to be an interview with me and Kel. I don't know when it's supposed to happen though, but it's supposed to be soon.
Bro.
But they were running a giveaway for his book, so I think the giveaway ended because somebody won the book.
He-
But like I never I'm and I can't fake the funk with like I didn't watch Good Burger and shit like that. Like I knew of
I
it.
did. I did. I did. I did.
You watched it,
Yeah, I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real. I grew up on Keenan and Kel. They were
right?
like to me. They were like my Laurel and Hardy. They were like my Harvey Korman and Tim Conway and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Shit, it would be an honor if I had a chance to be on
I
that
mean,
interview.
yo,
Hon-
I told you like yo, you need to join this, bro. You know what
But
I'm
you,
saying?
but I'll DM you
Right.
because after what happened the last time you told me about, I was kind of like,
Yeah, I know you like doing things on your own. That's great because
it's
I
not
have to do that too.
it's not even that. Like I don't mind collaborating, networking. It's just like be having to finding the right team to do it and shit.
The team is great, but my thing is I'm not going to front and act like I like some of these people just because I'm interviewing them. Like if I
I'm,
interview Bow Wow, I'm not gonna front like I didn't like Bow Wow's music. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I know who Bow Wow is, and I know the songs because They always play the shit on 106 in Park. But
Yeah.
I'm not gonna front like I was some Bow Wow fan and I was buying his albums because I wasn't. So that for me, it's all about integrity. And like, if I interview somebody, I want to I'm fucking with you because I love your music, or I love you as an actor or whatever. But I'm not gonna sit up there in front like, oh well, I'm interviewing Bow Wow and I was like a huge Bow Wow fan because I wasn't.
I respect that because
You know what I'm saying?
there's some podcasters and there's some YouTubers that would interview motherfuckers
No,
and they will get shit wrong in the interview
exactly,
and pretty much there will be Vlad TV again. Let's
exactly,
be
and
real.
it's gonna come off fake. It's gonna come off fake, like, oh well, this dude is interviewing Bow Wow, but he don't know none of his songs and his collaborations and shit. I'm not doing all that.
Why do you
If I
think when
interview,
oh go ahead, sorry.
nah, go ahead.
Why do you think when Cam Jones and came, I did my research on the Jones girls and shit.
Right. Yeah, but see, but we grew up listening to them. That's different.
Why
It's
didn't we grow
different.
up listening to the Jones girls like that?
But I'm pretty sure your parents grew up listening to them.
Not like
Cause,
that.
'cause I know my mom did. You know what I'm saying? So it was easy for us to interview them because like I know their Jones Girl songs. But it's like if you're interviewing somebody and you don't know their shit, but you're just doing it anyway, it's like I'm not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? So it has to be somebody that I mutually like fuck with.
Shoot, bring Kel Mitchell on here. I'll show him.
You know what I
I'll
mean?
get all of them.
Like I fuck with Keenan because he's on Saturday Night Live and I watch SNL. I've been watching SNL since the 80s, and I think he's hilarious on there. You know what I'm saying? So I could do an interview with him because I'll generally I know him, and you know what I'm saying. Like I know of him and Kel and the stuff they did for Nickelodeon, and I think he's a funny comedian on SNL. You know what I'm saying? But if it comes to like if I'm interviewing him and he asks me about Good Burger, I'm like I never watched Good Burger, so
Shoot. The thing I loved about Keenan and Kel, and I was just talking to my girl about this the other day, was it was the fact that it took a lot of risk for a kid show. Cause I can
right,
watch one episode of it right now, and it's like crazy how much they elevate their material and some of the physical comedy. Sometimes I'm not even gonna hold you. Some of that physical comedy I will put up there with like the Martins and even like the Wayans brothers of that time and shit like that. You know,
right.
shit.
I mean, some people would do shit just to do it. I'm just not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? And there might be like some artists that in the future that I might talk to that I haven't checked out before, and I might check out their music. Maybe I like it, maybe I won't. But I'm not gonna front and be like I was some like diehard fan when I wasn't. You know,
Yeah, like I said, I would do the interview, but I'm I'm gonna find
I'm not opposed to not doing it. I'm just saying is like I don't ever want to be that person where they're just doing shit just to do it
facts. Okay.
because people do that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, are you really fucking with this person when you talk to them, or you just doing it for views? I'm not doing all that.
I feel you on that. Sam said Coolio did a theme song from Kenan and Kel. Yeah, Coolio did the theme song, but he got so mad at Weird Al Yankovic when he did his cover of Gangsta's Paradise, talking about, "Oh, I want to be a serious artist" or some shit.
Right.
Fuck out of here. I mean, I
Like
like Coolio, but that shit always blew me.
he not a good actor. I've seen some movies he was in. He wasn't a good
Let's
actor.
let's not talk about the acting.
No. I love his first two albums. I think those are classics. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think he's a good actor.
Yeah. Also throwing the Dub C and Mad Circle albums too.
Right, right. Definitely. And I've seen Coolio in concert. He was dope.
Excuse me. Ice as told by Ginger. I definitely fuck with That's Told by Ginger. To me, I always call that show the female equivalent to Hey Arnold.
What's that? That's told by Ginger.
It's a Nickelodeon show from the early 2000s about a teenage girl named Ginger.
Oh. What was the show? Oh, the show with Ariana Grande and
Victorious.
Victorious. I remember that show.
That was when I stopped caring for
That was
Nickelodeon.
that was on Nick or that was on Disney?
Nick.
Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
Did she have like a falling out with the chick?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that show.
I still have to hear that new album I got in our collection.
Who's that?
Ariana Grande.
Oh, what's it called? Positions.
Yeah.
That was good. That was a good. That's probably her most adult album.
Like I never. I
Was
think I heard a little bit once my friend played it for me and
yeah.
stuff like that. But it's like
I,
I respect Ariana Grande. I just never really sat down and listened to her music like that.
she can sing. I've always been a fan of hers from the first album. She can definitely is probably like the best pop singer out now.
I agree.
You know what
I
I'm saying?
agree.
Because she has a strong voice. You know what I'm saying? And I like her albums and she don't really. I like the fact that she don't rush to do a collab with everybody. You know
I
what I'm
agree.
saying? Because that could hurt your career. But yeah, I fuck with Ariana. I got her the Sweetener album. That was like one of her best ones. Positions was a good album. Like the subject, the songs are
Ooh.
more. It's more nasty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You told me it was like more nasty and shit.
Yeah, it's more nastier.
Ray Sean, Our Real Monster is Klasky Supo's most underrated show next to Duckman.
Oh wow. Y'all are like y'all are like having your own little Nickelodeon discussion. I don't know none of these shows.
It's like with each motherfucker on this chat, I have like a special connection. Like me and Sam have the rock music.
Uh-huh.
Me and Mike movies talk about soap operas. Me and
Oh,
Ray
right.
Sean talk about like cartoons and shit. Then me and
Well,
you,
that's dope.
we just talk about everything. That
It's
me and
supposed to be like that. That's dope that you could
yeah,
have that connection. You know what I mean?
yeah, me and Ronnie, we
Yeah.
just talk about random shit. Like I'm surprised Ronnie's not up here, yo. What the fuck he at?
Yeah, he's sleeping. Like, I don't know.
I'm surprised Eric is not up here.
Right? Eric doing his own thing.
For real. Shout out to Eric though.
Yeah. I don't know none of these shows, man.
Ned's this class of that show was good. I didn't really consider that great though, to be real with you. Rocket
Hmm.
Power. I got kind of tired of Rocket Power after a while.
What?
You
Okay.
go ahead.
What I was saying. What? I'm getting some of the Disney shows confused with Nickelodeon shows. Jet Jackson was what? That was Disney.
That was Disney.
That was Disney. Okay.
Rest in peace to him, Lee Thompson Young.
Ben 10 was what? What was Ben 10?
Cartoon Network.
Cartoon Network. Family Ties. That was my show, man.
Family Ties, yes.
Definitely. That was yeah. They put it on Nick at Night later, but like in syndication, that was like on NBC, I think, back in the 80s.
Yeah. Wait, I thought it was originally on NBC.
Yeah, but I mean, like it went to Nick at Night, like later on though. Like how they
Oh,
put Roseanne and shit on it. Yeah,
oh yeah, because it came out like the early 2000s. I
yeah,
remember.
yeah. Family Ties was like maybe top 10 for me all time.
Top 30 for me.
Top 30.
Hmm. To me, like that was like one of those shows where it it did the family sitcom right.
I had a lot of the I had a lot of the suburban family shows high on my list because at that time we didn't really have a lot of black shows, and like the golden standard for us was like Red Fox and Good Times and the Jeffersons.
Right.
But before Family Matters and before Bel Air, it was I Love Lucy and Brady Bunch, Family Ties, Laverne and Shirley. So I had a lot of those shows that I grew up with like high on my list. But as Bel Air I had on my list. But Bel Air is probably my top 3 sitcoms all the time. Cause I could watch that anytime, and I know like all the episodes.
Yeah, Fresh Prince of Bel Air is my shit too.
Yeah, even the new one. Like I wasn't gonna watch the new one, and then I started watching it, and now I like it.
Boy Meets World is my shit too.
Yeah, Boy Meets World was good. That was my show. Yeah, Michael J he was huge in the 80s. Like Back to the Future, classic. Teen Wolf, classic. Um, Bright Lights, Big City, that was a good one. Doc Hollywood, that's an underrated classic. The Frighteners, he had a lot of classic movies.
Hell yeah, he can do like a top 5 movies and shit.
Yeah, top 5 like Michael J films.
Then mind you, we didn't even talk about Stuart Little.
Stuart Little, right? I forgot he was in there. Yeah, he was good.
It's a shame that what Parkinson's did to him because
Yeah, but you know what? I think he's gotten better from that though. Like
yeah.
in the beginning, it was like sad to see him move around with it.
Hmm.
But like I think over the years, he's gotten better with it.
Well, I'm glad.
Yeah,
Glad for that because he's to me always been one of those actors that his charisma, like he has like the charisma, but he
yeah,
doesn't let the charisma overshadow his skill.
right.
Cough, cough, Tom Cruise, but
Tom Cruise just got big. He got bigger than life.
because like we all know why he got bigger than life, but we ain't gonna talk about
It's the money and the fame. What you mean?
that. Scientology.
Oh, you think that's what it was?
It's a Scientology. Let's be real.
I think with each movie he got bigger. Like he's not the same from Risky Business. You know what I'm saying? Like he just got bigger projects and he just made him into like a superstar.
Mm,
You know, Indiana Jones or Star Wars. I gotta go with Star Wars, man. Come on,
neither.
in Indiana. You don't like all of them?
Well, Indiana Jones, I can take just for the adventure of it all, but I've never
Mm.
really been raised.
Oh, I love Star Wars, man. I grew up on both of those franchises. I went to see both of them, but Star Wars for me is like that's like its own universe. You know, like how Marvel and DC have their universe, Star Wars have their own universe that Indiana Jones don't have. So definitely Star Wars. Yeah, you ever seen Star Wars? What? Come on, yo, Mike. You got to start with the original trilogy. You got to start with
Stick with the
episode
original.
episode 4, 5, and 6,
Yeah, just stick to the original. Don't
and then
watch
and
the
then
new.
watch the prequel. Watch Phantom Menace was a classic. I don't care what nobody said. I know people don't love the prequels, but Phantom Menace, that whole story of little Anakin Skywalker, and then like you see the transition in Clone Wars when he was like a young, like maybe a teenager, early 20s, and being guided by Obi-Wan, and then in the last one in Return of the Revenge of the Sith, when he transforms into Darth Vader, like the story was great, but there was some issues that I didn't like, but that Phantom Menace you gotta watch because that's like the whole beginning of the whole shit. See, Sam like Phantom Menace. Phantom Menace was great. Like the little boy they picked to play Anakin, he was phenomenal. And Tupac was supposed to play Mace Windu in that whole trilogy,
Yes, he was.
and I didn't know that until you brought that up. That would have been crazy, like to have Tupac, Thug Life, Tupac in a Star Wars film. Come on, man. That should have garnered him an Oscar right there. You gotta check them out. If you don't check them out on streaming, then get the 4K set because it's phenomenal. The music and the acting, the cinematography, everything about Star Wars is a classic. Like definitely, that's like one of my favorite trilogies all time. Like right up there with Back to the Future, right up there with Lord of the Rings. You know,
Mm.
Indiana Jones was great, but and he's doing Indiana Jones 5 right now. I don't know how he's doing
Harrison
part
Ford, right?
5. Yes, he's doing part 5 right now.
Isn't he like 108 years
He's like
old?
100 years old, and I know he's not doing his own stunts no more.
No, for he's really 100 years old.
No, he's not 100, but he
I
he,
was
he
about
looked like 100 years old, but
I was about to say, yo,
nah.
shit.
But he's way too old to be. But you see, he it's like for them, I don't even think they could continue that franchise without him because it's like if you give it to somebody else, which they tried to do that with Shia LaBeouf in part 4, and it was like Shia LaBeouf is not going to carry that franchise to like $1 billion. So it's like they would have to like close out that franchise with Harrison Ford, you know. So I mean, the first three from Indiana were like the great ones. I didn't like part 4 and part 5. I don't even know why they even doing part 5, but
You know, this is the age of unwanted sequels and
yeah,
reboots.
it's not necessary. They should have did that like 20 years ago. He's 79, but he looks like 99 though.
You know white people are a little
You know what
bit.
I'm saying? like,
They look.
he did not age well at all.
Was he an alcoholic at one point or no?
I'm pretty sure he was. I don't know his too much about his personal life, but I wouldn't. If somebody said that he was on alcohol, I would not doubt it because he looked like he had a few drinks. You know, Lord of the Rings was great. Like that's the OG trilogy though, not the prequel. The
I
prequel I didn't like.
never got into Lord of the Rings.
The original OG Lord of the Rings is phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? Like I stood in the blizzard. I stood in the blizzard in New York City just to watch the Two Towers. Like that's how committed I was to Lord of the Rings. And I never read none of the books, and I still haven't read the books. I played the Xbox games, but I never read none of the books. But just for what they did on screen, like that whole trilogy and that whole cast with Elijah Wood and Viggo Mortensen and Ian McGellar, I think it was Ian McGellar, that was his name. The guy that played Gandalf, and phenomenal cast. Yo, Orlando Bloom as Legolas. That was a classic trilogy. Return of the King was good. Yes, I do like that. I had the game for Xbox. That was a great game too. Phenomenal movie, and the way that they ended it off like that. And but I don't like the prequel. I think the prequel, it didn't live up to the original. Yeah, Sean Austin, he played Sam. He played Frodo's best friend, from the Shire. He was great. They were that everybody did great in that film. He's showing off the bed. All right.
All
Yeah.
right. Yeah, I might stay on for like another 20 minutes myself.
Yeah, man.
Shoot, what was I about to say? Oh,
So you never saw no Star Wars films. You should do a episode on films that you never saw that people consider like classic.
okay, cool.
Like films that like trilogies or films that you never saw but other people, consider it classic films.
I'll do you one better.
Mhm.
Classic movies that people love that I hate.
I know you have what yeah, but if you haven't seen it, how do you know you hate it?
No, I said classic movies that
Oh,
I've
that you've seen?
love.
What movie have you what movie oh well movies that people love that you hate?
Yeah,
What movie that people love that you hate?
Sound of Music.
I don't like that. The one with
Julia Roberts or
not Julia Robert.
Jews.
Wasn't Barbara Streisand in there?
Nah,
Who was the chick with the short hair? Judy
Julia
Garland?
Julia Andrews. One of them.
Oh, yeah, I never liked that. Never liked that. Overrated.
Yes. Uh,
Julie Andrews, okay.
of course, Loving Basketball.
Oh, I love that. No, you bugging. Yeah, I love that movie.
Um, Top Gun.
You don't like Top Gun?
Nah,
What?
nah.
Is it because it's Tom Cruise?
Yeah,
Oh my God. So you don't like no Tom Cruise film then?
not really. Nah.
Have you
Driving.
seen a lot of Tom Cruise films?
Yeah,
You seen Risky Business, and
seen Risky Business.
you seen Days of Thunder,
I have not seen Days of Thunder now.
Born on the Fourth of July,
Which one?
Born on the Fourth of July, where he was in the wheelchair.
I think I've seen some of that shit.
Oh man, what? Yo, you said what are you saying? Top Gun was classic, bro.
Okay, I got Driving Miss Daisy.
I like that film. I don't know how people feel about that, but I like that film.
To
Did you give
me,
a
I love Morgan Freeman. That gotta be his worst movie.
what his worst movie
His worst movie.
compared to what? I'm about to call out a film that he was bad in though. Yeah.
I mean, he had a near perfect filmography.
No, he don't. He got some shit.
What shit
he
promote?
got a couple of like straight to DVD movies that wasn't good.
Like what? Like what?
There was one from I seen him in, and he played he was like a mentor. He was like a mentor to like this like young female assassin chick. The chick
Lucy?
she played no the chick played what's her name, Ruby Rose. She was the first Batwoman before she left the show, and then they brought the black Batwoman on here.
Oh, I don't know.
I forgot the name of the film, but he was in that film like last year it came out, and he was like her mentor or some shit. That movie was trash.
Oh, I never seen that one.
He got some bet. Wasn't he in the Cleaner? You ever seen the Cleaner?
No.
Was that Samuel Jackson? It was one of them in that film, but Morgan Freeman got some shit in his filmography. Lean on Me was great. I love Lean on Me. That's a classic. Was he was in Glory, right?
Yeah.
Glory was good, and I saw Glory back in middle school. They showed us that. Vanquish, that's the name. Yeah, that shit was trash. He got some bad movies. You know what I'm saying? To me, I think Driving Miss Daisy was one of his best, but I get, people when that movie came out, people didn't like the fact that he was driving a little old white lady around. I get that. You know what I'm saying? Because it looked some type of way. You know what I mean? But
She was talking mad shit the whole fucking movie. I'm just
I
like,
mean, well, you really have people that think like that. You know what I'm saying? But within the story, I thought it was a story because like he formed a bond with him with the lady.
I
You
got
know what I'm
another.
saying?
I got
Uh-huh.
another classic.
Uh-huh.
Scary movie.
We just talked about that. I just did a whole scary movie series breakdown for each sequel last night with
Really?
80s and 90s. Yes, we recorded that for the podcast. Yes, because we talked about it's all 5 sequels we talked about. And part 1 is still the best one to me.
Yeah. It's still the best one, but I still got
Yeah.
my issues with it.
Yes, it got bad after 3. Like even with Charlie
After
Sheen in
3,
them, even with Charlie Sheen in them, it was bad.
I feel like Scary Movie 2 was kind of overrated. People made it out seem like it was good. It wasn't even that
It
good.
was the issue I had with part 2 was that they just stayed in the mansion. They didn't really go anywhere else. You know what I'm saying? It was like everything that was done was just done in the mansion, in the haunted mansion or whatever. But part three, I remember because when they came up with the trailer was remember they did something on Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Yes, so I remember that. That was probably like the funniest part in part 3. Part 4, like 4 and 5 is like they went away from the horror and they were just trying to do like their own
Touched it.
jokes. Yeah, and it didn't work. But part 4, like when they did the horror, it was like mainly they used Jigsaw from the Saw series, and then they used the little boy from the Grudge. So it's like all the scary funny parts was like with those 2 characters. And then part 5 was just stupid. It was just bad. It's 80s, 90s, 2000s vibes network on YouTube from the YouTube channel, and it's on Spotify, Google Play, and Apple Music. And then you can find us on Instagram. If you got Instagram, you can follow us on IG and TikTok. Also, we on TikTok. But yeah, we broke down the whole scary movie franchise Friday night. But I like the first one. I think the first one was the best one. That's the one I went to see in theaters. That's it. That's all. That's the only ones that you don't like.
Oh, I'm trying to think of
I'm
some
pretty
more.
sure there's a whole bunch. Yeah, and I'm gonna be saying the whole time like, "Oh, you're fucking crazy." Like, how do you not like this movie?
Just say a movie. Just say any movie. Come, I'm thinking of some myself too.
Well, you just said, "Oh, you never saw Star Wars, right?"
I mean, I've seen certain movies from Star Wars, just never grabbed my
You
attention.
you, you never seen Indiana Jones.
Probably some of the older Indiana Jones. But like I said, I would prefer Indiana Jones over Star Wars. 'Cause I like a good adventure. I love the adventure more on that.
But okay, damn yo, what type of movies do you like? I don't even know what type of movies do you like
I mean,
then?
it can be cartoon, it can be anime, it can be anything. Like
You like
literally,
horror films?
some horror films I like.
You don't like everything. You like any of the Scream films?
I don't like Scream.
You don't like Scream.
No
Um, he said put the link. Well, I think Reg got to put it because anytime I try to put a link, it disappears.
shit.
I think Reg got to try to put the link in there.
Who wants to join Boy?
No, he talking about the link for the podcast so you can listen to it.
Oh, send me the link on the DM and then I'll post
Okay.
it. Let me know when you sent it to. But yeah, when it comes to horror, shit.
What do you like when it comes to horror? Like what do you go for? Are you into demons? Or you into the paranormal? What are you into?
More like into like the paranormal thrillers kind of shit.
So you like paranormal activity?
Believe it or not, I've never seen a paranormal activity movie.
Now I never saw none of them until last year when they came out with the latest one, Next to Kin, and
Yeah.
that went to streaming, and that one was pretty good, but it wasn't nothing mind blowing because like I've seen that type of like films like that before, but I mean for the first one and it's a sequel, but it's also like a reboot for the franchise. I thought it was pretty good, but I never seen the other ones though. You know, and a lot of people love those paranormal activity films.
Ooh, I got a good movie
Uh,
franchise that people love that
uh
I hate. Twilight.
I watched it. I think it was overrated though. It was overrated, and I never read the book, so maybe that's why. Because I never read the books for those.
I don't like Harry Potter either.
Harry Potter, I like the early Harry Potter films, like before he became, before his voice started changing and his balls dropped and shit. Because when they got older, that's when it got more darker and it got more stupid to me. But like the first three, when they're like little, I think those are the best ones.
The Exorcist was good.
Exorcist, I love. That's my favorite horror film, classic. Love that film.
Your boy said, "Do I like
Game
Go?"
of Thrones, I don't like Game of Thrones either.
Oh, I hate Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones to me was like a Lord of the Rings wannabe. That's why I never cared for it.
I hate Game of Thrones, Hunger Games. I hate all that shit.
Hunger Games, I watched Hunger Games. It was okay. It's not one of my favorite trilogies though. I sent you the link.
Yeah, I know. I'm about to post it. Thanks.
Yeah.
Another movie. I'm trying to think of another movie. Shit.
You watched the first one? Hereditary? I never saw. I didn't watch Hereditary. Both of those trailers don't look scary to me. Maybe I'm missing something, but like when I watch a trailer for a horror film, I want to actually be excited to watch it. But like you know what I'm saying? It's like they look like a bunch of movies that I wouldn't even like. Mad Max I like. That was a classic, definitely. House of Dragons. Yeah, Mad Max is great. You ever saw Mad Max?
No.
No? With
What's that?
Mel Gibson? That's with Mel Gibson, like when he's young. And it's like a post-apocalyptic film.
See, Mel Gibson. You see, having to you said Mel
You
Gibson.
don't like Mel Gibson?
I, I he's okay, but it's like the personal life, the stuff he did in the personal kind of
Yeah, but
old.
you gotta throw that. Yeah, but if that's the
I
case,
know, I know.
we could do the same about R. Kelly.
Wait, hold on, wait a minute. Don't get me wrong. It's like on some real shit. I've never actually seen a lot of Mel Gibson movies too.
So you never seen like Little Weapon, the Little Weapon
Oh, Leave the
films,
Weapon, yeah. Well, I've seen the first
the,
two.
the first two. You didn't like 3 and 4?
I've never seen 3 and 4.
Those were good. Well, part 4 is funny because Chris Rock was in that. You had Joe Pesci. You had Jet Li was in that. He was like
Joe
one of the
Pesci and
main
Chris
villains.
Rock.
Yeah, because Chris Rock was dating Danny Glover's daughter, his character's daughter, and like he got her pregnant. So they were having a baby, and I think they didn't tell the father, so he didn't know about it the whole time.
Oh wow.
And then Jet Li was playing like the main villain, and he was like taking on both of them at the same time. That fight scene was crazy. That fight scene was crazy when he's like fighting both Mel Gibson's character and Danny Glover's character.
Oh wow.
That was crazy.
Sure, I have to see that.
Yeah, that one was good. I went to see that. That one came out the same time as Blair Witch Project that summer. I remember going to the mall to see that, and they had like a line around the mall to see Blair Witch. I'm like, I ain't going to see that. I want to see Lethal Weapon Part 4. That's what me and my cousins went to see.
Since I didn't see Lethal Weapon 3, would I miss anything if I just skipped to Lethal Weapon 4 then?
I think with those sequels, it's always good to watch it because they all connect to one another.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't think you could watch Rocky 3 without seeing Rocky 1 and 2. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be the same. You miss out on a lot of stuff that happened. You know. Yeah, like have you seen any Sylvester Stallone films?
But yeah, I seen
You seen
like
Rocky
a
and
Rocky movie.
Rambo and all that?
I've never seen Rambo.
You never seen Rambo?
Nah.
None?
Nah.
Oh man. What? Rambo 1 alone is like one of the best ones. Rambo 1 and 2, I love
Yeah.
those two I love.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm interested. I just never actually seen it.
Yeah,
Cause
you
it
gotta
looked
watch
cool.
it.
It looked cool, like from what I've seen and shit.
Even if you don't watch none of the other Rambos, watch part 1 because part 1 is like probably the best one.
Are you a Marlon
Like
Brando fan?
I watched him in The Godfather. There might be some other films I watched him in, but I never watched. Oh, you know what's a movie I never watched? I never watched Apocalypse Now. Never saw that film
I've seen bits and pieces of
because
it.
I'm not a huge fan of like war films, but I've seen the war films I've seen were like the classic ones, like Platoon, Full Metal Jacket, Saving Private Ryan. I've seen those films.
Overrated.
Saving Private Ryan.
Overrated.
It is overrated, and I recently watched that film like last year for the first time.
And I love Tom Hanks though.
Mhm.
I just never really saw it.
Because I watched it because like I was taking part of a movie tournament on another channel, and in the tournament they kept asking me questions about that film, and I never saw that film. So I'm like, yo, let me watch this film to see, what the hype is about. And I watched the film. I'm like, it was okay. I don't think it's one of Tom Hanks' best films, or Matt Damon. Because Matt Damon is the one that they're looking for. He's the one the soldier that they're looking for in the film.
You know what's one of Tom Hanks' best movies? Philadelphia.
That was good. That was a good film. That was a good film. I prefer like Tom Hanks Castaway. That was a classic. When he Big Splash, like
Classic.
his
I love
early films. You know what I'm saying?
80s Tom Hanks was the best.
Yes, 80s Tom Hanks. You know what I'm saying? Even Sully. I like Sully. You know what? Because Sully hit close to home because that happened in New York City, and that was the same day that I buried my grandfather.
Oh wow.
So it was like the morning, that morning it was snowing, and then when we came back home, and I fell asleep, and when I woke up, I like everything, all the news, like it was like breaking news, like on CNN and local news that the plane went down in the Hudson River. So I remember when that shit happened. I'm like, because I'm always gonna remember that because that's the day that I buried my grandfather. So I like Sully. I thought that movie was good. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like Tom Hanks is a great actor. Like he has classics. I don't like everything from him. You know what I'm saying? But that was good. Forrest Gump, that was a good film. You know, but yeah, I prefer like early Tom Hanks films. Green Mile, I think I saw Green Mile like a long time ago. Bachelor Party, he was in there.
That sounds so familiar. That Bachelor
He
Party.
died. He died in 2009. That's when the whole thing with Sully happened. Happened January 2009.
Yo, Mike, he took it way back with Both Some Buddies.
I remember that show. I didn't watch it though.
Rest in peace, to Peter Scolari, by the way.
Who?
Just the other dude in that Tom
Oh,
Hanks man,
oh, he died.
like a couple months ago.
Oh wow. What, from COVID?
I think he had cancer.
Yeah. Deuce Gigolo. Deuce Gigolo. That was the shit with Deuce Bigelow with what's his name? Rob Schneider. That was a good film. That was funny.
What was the name of that Robin Williams movie he did with Al Pacino?
Insomnia.
Love
That one.
that movie was crazy. I love when
Yeah.
Robin Williams plays those crazy niggas.
Yeah. What 1 hour photo? That was a good one.
All I did was take some pictures.
Yeah, he played a creep in that film. Definitely. Even with Robin Williams, like I like early Robin Williams films. Toys and Jumanji,
Hook.
Hook, yeah, Hook, and they panned that film when it came out. But I like early Robin Williams stuff. Mork and Mindy, Mork and Mindy.
Yeah, niggas don't know he was also on the Richard Pryor show too.
Right. Devil's Advocate was classic. Definitely love that one. You ever saw that one?
Devil's Advocate.
Yeah.
Who was in that one?
Keanu Reeves, Charlize Theron, Al Pacino.
Nah.
Al Pacino played the devil in that film.
Oh Jesus.
But not it's not like what you think. Like he didn't turn into the devil, but it's like it is some horror aspects, but it was more like supernatural thriller. But I think you would like it though. I think you would like it because he tried to like entice Keanu Reeves to like join him. It's like I'm the devil. I could give you all the riches and power and money. Because Keanu played like a small town like lawyer or some shit, and Charlize Theron was like his wife or whatever. And Al Pacino was like the devil. He had like all this power and shit, and he was like trying to like, he was trying to tempt, Keanu Reeves' character into like join me. I could give you all these riches and fame, and you'll never lose a case. And he didn't want to join him and shit. And he end up killing his wife and all that.
Jesus.
It went left. Nah, man, that movie was classic. I love the way they did that shit.
One movie I want to see is Clue.
I never watched Clue. And you know what's crazy? I played the board game back in the day, but I never like movies like that, like those murder mystery. I don't like for movies like that.
Oh come on!
Like Clue and Knives Out. I don't watch films like that.
I love murder mysteries when it's done right, especially them black and white murder mysteries.
No, I never liked those films.
Especially when the motherfuckers be them cheesy acting for like it was you this whole time. Da-da-da.
It's like, yeah, but that make you want to think when you like thinking who killed it. It's like I've seen shows like that. Like there was a show called The Killing a couple years ago on TNT. I think it was a TNT, and it was like one of those like cop shows where it's like in a small town, like a little girl gets killed, and then you gotta figure out for the whole season, or who killed the little girl. You know what I'm saying? But just like a whole movie, even with shows like that, I don't really care for. It have to be a really good story for me to watch it though.
True. You know what's interesting about the Clue movie though? I think they shot like 3 or 4 different endings for that movie.
Really?
And they had different, and it was shown in different theaters.
Right.
That was very dope.
There was some weird incest in Devil's Advocate. I don't remember that. Black exploitation from Superfly, Superfly, the Mac, Blackula, one of my favorites. Shaft, yes, definitely. Those films are great, man. Like nobody talks about those films. The soundtracks too. I got most of those soundtracks I got on vinyl.
Same.
So you like the murder mystery films? You like Clue and Knives Out and all that?
Well, so I never seen Clue and stuff like that, but I love certain murder mysteries and shit.
Yeah, those movies I never cared for. Like those, the army films, the westerns. Westerns, I'm starting to get into westerns more now. You like westerns?
Not really my cup of tea, to
No.
be real with you. But I did like I said, I did like the Regina King one and shit.
That was good. She won. She won an NAACP award for that.
That's what's up.
That was a good western. I think they need more African American westerns. Then I'll probably watch it. But I've seen the ones with Clint Eastwood. I've seen Young Guns 1 and 2 and Bad Girls and stuff like that. But I'm starting to get into westerns more now. You know what I'm saying? My mom, she loved westerns. Like she was like a western nut, but um I didn't like westerns before, but I'm starting to get more into westerns now. You forgot the dad wanted him to have sex. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. He did. He did. He did.
I'm saying for like another 3 or 4 minutes.
I'll watch Clint Eastwood westerns, but yeah, Clint is the man. I like his stuff now. I prefer the stuff that he's directing now. You know what I'm saying? I prefer that stuff. Like I could watch that. And I like his movies where he played Dirty Harry. Like Dirty Harry, like he didn't give no fucks at all. He was just like blowing niggas away. He did not care. You could be not. You didn't even have to be a criminal. You just look at him wrong in the street. And he was like, he's just gonna blow you away. Like I like Dirty Harry films. Any Given Sunday. Have you seen that? Never
Mm,
saw that.
I saw something a while back ago.
That was a good football film. I think it was more focused on the off the field stuff than the actual game. Cause I like the sports films where they actually focus on the team too. Like they actually show the games. You know what I'm saying? And it's not just all about the drama off the field or whatever. Yeah, you're gonna have people pissed off, yo. Like you're saying you're talking about movies that you never saw. Like people gonna be like, what was he watching? Like Nickelodeon all day? What was he watching, Red? You know, the only from, and I'm a movie head because I've been going to the movies since I was like 4 or 5 years old. You know what I'm saying? The only real films I could say that I never watched was like Schindler's List and Apocalypse, basically.
I never seen
As,
Schindler's List
as
either.
far as like the major films, like when it came to like Oscar time, and people talk about like you know Gladiator or what's another Oscar Benjamin, was it Benjamin Button or whatever? Like I've seen those films. You know what I'm saying? Like when it came to like the major blockbusters, I was always there at the theater watching. I was always going to see those films. The Oscar films, all that. Death Wish I've seen. I seen the original one, and I seen the remake with Bruce Willis. You're a Charles Bronson fan? Yeah, I've seen those films. That's basically all the Charles Bronson ones I know. Just the Death Wish films. Play Misty for me was good. I like that one. That's one of his best ones. Fatal, yeah. Fatal Attraction, yeah, definitely. I agree. And that chick in that movie was hot too.
Fatal Attraction was a classic.
Yeah. But I don't like Glenn Close for that role though. I thought she was ugly. I would have casted somebody else like Bo Derek or something because she was hot back then. You know, one of those Charlie's Angels chicks. Boogie Nights, that's a classic. Definitely like that film. They needed two versions though. They needed like an NC-17 version and like a PG-13 version. I mean for a movie that's basically like based on like porn, I didn't see a lot of like tits and ass in that film. You know what I'm saying? And they needed like a director's cut for that film, like NC-17 director's cut for that film. And I know they probably got it. A lot of these movie studios, they got like different cuts of films when they make it. We need that on 4K. We need like a 4K director's cut of Boogie Nights. Like the shit they can't show on cable, or you know what I mean? The New Year's party. Yeah. I've seen that film like more than once. I'm like, I can't remember like one scene where it was like you know what I'm saying, like a whole bunch of like tits and ass. They didn't really have it in that film. They had it, but it was like it wasn't like full out there though. You know what I mean?
It was just mild
It
shit.
was like yeah, it was like it was mild. It was like in the corners and shit. I'm like, come on, you can't have a. If you seen the Pam and Tommy Lee show on Hulu, like first couple of episodes, like they getting it in, they showing shit. You know what I'm saying? But Boogie Nights, I'm like, yo, we need that director's cut. They gotta have a director's cut of that film somewhere.
Yeah, man. But I'm actually about to call it a night and shit like that.
Or,
Yeah, man. But this has been fun as fuck though, as usual. Thank you so much for this late night stream. Appreciate this try.
yeah.
All right, catch us tomorrow at 10 o'clock where we get back to doing this list and shit. And
Yeah.
yeah, man. Hope everyone.
Snowfall. I'm still on season 3. I got it. I ain't on season 5 yet.
Yeah, I gotta get into that show myself too.
You watch Snowfall?
Sometimes I do, but I never actually been invested into it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope I'll catch up with y'all tomorrow.
All right.
Peace.
Later.